Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are live for what is going to be another Max Monday event featuring none other than Dynamax Chansey. So we'll be doing a few of those, and we're also live doing the Serene Retreat Event, which is in conjunction with, of course, the GoFest, the live in-person GoFest event in Osaka. So that was this weekend, but the Serene Retreat event goes on till Tuesday, and we'll see if we can get any reboosted shinies during this event as well. And this little guy is one of them. Moral is a boosted shiny, as well as Muna. Both of those are boosted during this event, and we can hopefully find a couple of those as well while we're on the live stream hunting for a decent or a shiny Dynamax Chansey. Now, of course, we did have the Gigantamax release of Rillaboom as well over the weekend, so we'll discuss a little bit about that as well and see how many of you are having any luck in the comments with this event as well. So first of all, we are just going to wait until 6 o'clock, of course, to start hunting down the Chanseys. So in the meantime, we are just doing our catches, trying to find any shinies or any hundos maybe during this Serene Retreat event. And of course, we have started now. We are into the month of June, and it's going to be an action-packed month on Pokemon Go with the GoFest Global at the end of the month, and leading up to the GoFest, all of the in-person GoFests as well, of which, if you want attending those events in person, Osaka has just been and gone, and then we've also got New Jersey and then Paris. If you aren't attending New Jersey or Paris, then we will be getting events coinciding with those in-person events, which we will also see the release of the other Gigantamax Pokemon from Gen 8, the Gigantamax starters. We will see Cinderace this week, and then the following week we will get Inteleon. So both those are going to be exciting inclusions into the game, and hopefully we can do a few of those. And although no shinies will be available, we can hopefully get some decent ones. That is definitely the aim of those this week and next. But for now, the last few days of this Serene Retreat event, this finishes tomorrow, this event does. So if you are wanting the Muna or the Moral shinies, and those will be boosted till tomorrow. What game? Pokemon Go is the game. Terrible throw there. Excellent throw that time though. That's quite decent. And we can add on this gym while we're here. We'll just put a shiny Bulbasaur on. Stone Journey. UK exclusive Stone Journey. It's quite nice to have a regional here in the UK. Only we can get. It's going to be even nicer when it can be shiny. Make sure you don't hit a car. I'll try not to. How are you anyway today? Thanks very much for joining. So the spawns that are about at the moment are actually not too bad to throw. They are relatively easy to hit those great and excellent. Definitely this little guy here, very nice, excellent throw. So therefore we can get quite a bit of XP during this event with those excellent throws. So in actual fact, this event, I have not personally got a shiny Moral or shiny Muna from it. And with the event finishing tomorrow, we are running out of time. Now, neither of them are shinies that I need, I don't think. Let me just check on Muna. And shiny. Not whiny. Let's try it again. Shiny. No, we have got a family for Muna. So we've got 2 of those. And that one's a 1-star and that one's a 2-star. So only just a 2-star as well. But still, 10, 10, 11 and a 1-star, which is pretty bad. But still, we have got the shiny family complete. And I think the same goes for Moral. I think we've had a bit more luck with Moral, in fact. So Moral shouldn't be a shiny that we need desperately of. As you can see, we've got 5 shinies, and I think some of these are actually decent 3-stars. There's a Shinotic, which is a 3-star. And then we have a couple of 1-star Morals. So, yeah, 3-star Shinotic is actually quite a nice one to get. Even though not a brilliant 3-star, still a 3-star shiny is a 3-star shiny. And I think we've only had, during this event, we've only really seen shiny Chansey, because of course, shiny Chansey on Pokemon Go is perma boosted. So it is permanently boosted to 1 in 64 odds. The normal odds for shinies is 1 in 512. So 1 in 512 odds for getting most things shiny, unless you get shiny boosted because of an event. But there is certain Pokemon out there which are permanently boosted, what we now call perma boosted, just for short. And those are 1 in 64. And now you can also get some that are 1 in 128. But yeah, Chansey is 1 in 64, which also means that during Max Monday, which will start in just over a minute, we'll also have 1 in 64 chance of getting Dynamax shiny Chansey as well, which will be awesome. Wouldn't mind a Dynamax shiny one, that is for sure. Sableye. Let's put him on and see if he ranks 1. He does. Boosted Chansey rates. So Chansey is always boosted in the wild, and also on the Dynamax. It's permanently boosted to 1 in 64. So we are hopefully going to have a lot better chance of getting this little guy shiny in its Dynamax form in just a moment when we start appearing on the max stops. But yeah, it's not normally, during Max Monday, we don't normally get boosted shinies. They are normally 1 in 512. But just because it's permanently boosted all the time to 1 in 64, that is why Chansey is going to remain that way. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get him shiny today. And it is 6 o'clock, so there is hopefully a couple of power spots down here that we can see. I've never seen a Chansey shiny in the game. Well, you are very, very unlucky at this moment in time. I've had quite a few shiny Chanseys, and some of those I've binned as well. So these are the ones I've been left with, and 16 in total, including its family, so Blissey and Happini. But just this event alone, I've had quite a few. If we go Chansey and age 0 to 5, I've had 3 in the last 5 days. So yeah, it is a very common shiny, and hopefully you can get one before the event finishes tomorrow if you are hunting for that. It is a very nice shiny as well. I do love the green Chansey. It does go a little bit disappointing though when you do evolve it. Blissey as a shiny just doesn't really change much. I just hoped that we would stick with the green colour, but it doesn't. It just goes to a very off pink, which is not very in keeping with Chansey shiny, nor is it very good. It reminds me a bit like Gengar. You can barely tell the difference, but there is a slight difference. So yeah, I hate when we do that with shinies. I love the shinies that just stand out. Why can't we just make every shiny just stand out? I have a 14, 15, 15 Dynamax I use for healing and tank. Did like 50 max raids and didn't get one shiny. Yeah, that's really, really annoying. That is super annoying. So yeah, I think I've got a 98 Chansey that I use for the tank quite a lot, or it's a Blissey now. So on the Dynamax, now the good thing with Chansey as well, it hasn't got a Gigantamax form. So Dynamax is the best you'll be able to get, unlike the likes of Machamp, which we've recently had Gigantamax, and also Corviknight. Rookidee, which evolves into Corviknight, will get a Gigantamax form, so just be careful on how many Rookidee Dynamax you do. So yeah, that's the best Blissey I've had. Best Dynamax Chansey, which I've evolved into a Blissey. And like you can see there, we got up to level 50, and we are 14, 15, 14, 15, so quite decent on that one. I need those candies. I mean, I'm always evolving, so I always run low on candies, to be fair. I had a lot more candies than that at the start of the year. At the start of the year, I think from when I started the game in 2016 to the start of 2025, I'd only done 5,000 evolutions. My evolution badge was just over 5,000. If we have a look now, it is on 35,945. So I've done over 30,000 evolutions just in 2025, and that's just because of the XP. I'm hunting XP. If you don't already know, I'm trying to hit 1 billion before the end of the year. We started the year on 541 million, so nearly doing my whole entire progress on Pokemon Go in a year. So can I get 9 years worth of XP in just 1 year? It's a bit obscene, the target, but still, I'm trying. So that's what we're trying to do this year. Just see if we can hit 1 billion. The original target was trying to hit 800 million from 500. I thought that was going to be a difficult target. When you're 800, you sort of think, well, the billion's nearly there. It's only another 200. It's a bit too close. So yeah, we're going to check for 1 billion and see if we can do it. But there will be an update video on that target going out later today, maybe even tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that on the channel. We'll do a little monthly update, being that we're in the start of June now, and see how we are getting on with that yearly target. I evolved a ton of Blissey 2 before getting my 98 as well. So now 98 is under-leveled. Yeah. So we're in Blissey here that we can start doing in just a second. So let's have a quick look and see what's on this rocket, because I don't want to miss out on a key. You're defeated into the ground. Now this could be a Mora. Let's just see on this one. It could be a Mora, or it could be Sandshrew. Or is it a Mora that's on the rock one with Tyrant? I always get confused with the rockets at the moment, with them just recently changing. So we'll quickly do this rocket. With it being Sandshrew, it shouldn't take too long at all. And then we will jump into this first Dynamax Chansey and see if we can get anywhere near the hundo, and also if we can get a shiny. That would be absolutely amazing if we can. A useful shiny that we could use in other Dynamax or G-Max battles as a tank would be quite a nice one. Now it is a shame that it doesn't get a Gigantamax. I don't know why Darkrai's in this squad. I don't know. For some reason, when I have a bit of a glitch and my rocket teams go back to default, it always chooses Darkrai. Don't know why. But yeah, we did it anyway. Been playing since 2017 and still haven't got a shiny hundo. So you never had a shundo. That is pretty poor luck, really. Hopefully you get one soon. You never know, maybe even Go Fest, you might even get one. You never know. Hey Vincent, how are you? So a terrible Sandshrew. So that will get marked up for Evolve. And should we really click on this normal Chansey before doing the shiny? Oh, yes. If that one was shiny and the Dynamax wasn't, I would have really regretted clicking on that. I would definitely have regretted that. Right, so we'll jump into this first one. It looks like we've got Charizard, but I'm going to change that because we need a little bit of a faster tank. So I'm going to change that to Blissey. And then we have got a Gigantamax Machamp, but we haven't powered him up. So I'm probably going to stick with this team at this moment in time. Let's type in Chansey. And to be honest, from Machamp, Gigantamax, I don't think we had anything really worth powering up. We got a 1729, which I think the Hundo Machamp is around 1740 something. So yeah, nothing really worth powering up. So hence the reason why I haven't bothered. So yeah, we'll leave it at that and we'll just ready up. Yeah, it's brutal. I got my friends and I got to start this year and they all already have Shundos. Oh no, that is terrible luck. Hopefully you get a Shundo soon. Good, just going to play some Battlefield 5. Nice. So first, Dynamax Chansey. Now, unfortunately, Dynamax Chansey does take a little bit to beat up, just because of how much of a tank it is, as you'd expect. If you've ever tried to defeat a Chansey or a Blissey off a gym, it is annoyingly difficult to try and defeat. Not so much difficult, just takes a lot of time, if you know what I mean. It's just really bulky. It doesn't really fire much attacks at you, and when it does, we don't do much damage. But it's just really bulky, so it does last really well on a gym. But yeah, we're going to use its evolution, Blissey, to just charge our max meter, which it's doing quite nicely. We aren't going to fire any charge moves when we're charging our max meter, because what charge moves do is they take a lot longer, and they only add a little bit to the max meter. So we're going to just leave it to charge up via the fast move, which will charge it up quicker. And then switch out into our Dynamax Machamp. And then just keep max knuckling it right in the face. And hopefully it goes down quite easy. Blissey with Pound is away. Yeah, defo. It does do a very good job of charging our max meter. It's definitely Blissey with Pound, and then Gengar with Lip or with Shadow Claw. Always does a good job. So it seems to be those fast moves which only take or do 5 damage. Because they are so quick, because they do low damage, they are a really quick fast move, and therefore they charge a max meter up a lot more. So as you can see, we've already charged up again, which is good. And then we can switch into our Machamp again. Met some drunk chicks last night playing Pokemon Go. Were they playing Pokemon Go, or was you? Or both. Maybe even both. We've just switched into another Machamp. I don't know why. I'm sure I tried to click Blissey then. Let's try Blissey again. There we go. Hopefully charge it up max meter a little bit quicker than Machamp was. So the really good thing about this Max Monday is it costs 400 max particles to take on a Chansey, which is a little bit annoying. But because this Max Monday has landed on this week event with Serene Retreat means that we can earn twice as many max particles per day. So we can hopefully do twice as many Dynamax than what we were expecting. So we can maybe do 5, maybe 6 Chanseys if we collect our particles in the correct way. So hopefully we have a decent chance of getting the shiny. I know it's 1 in 64, but still, if we manage to do 6, then we're nearly at 10% chance over the course of those 6. So there is the first one taken down, and I think the hundo's around 717, 718, something like that. So that's the sort of number we're aiming for. But of course, a shiny one would be very, very nice. No shiny, 695. So not over 700, so probably not too good. 2 shims next to the bar. We also kept offering the shot into the bar. Very cool. So that one was 695, 13, 15, 12. So not terrible, not brilliant as well. So let's head over to the next one and see if we can get any better than 695 and if we can get a shiny one. That is probably what the main aim is. We've already got a decent Chansey. 10 kilometre egg coming in. Toxel, lovely little Toxel. And a rubbish Toxel. Still something to lucky trade. Haven't managed to get him shiny yet, Toxel. He is only 1 in 64 with him being a baby. Baby shinies tend to be 1 in 64, but unfortunately we haven't seen him shiny as of yet. But that is the first one I've hatched since the event where he got released, which was Go Tour? Or was it last year's Go Fest? I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's spin a stop and see if we get a 2. Now, I know these 2 kilometre eggs, which everybody's trying to get this event because of the shiny boosted Chingling, which is in them during this Serene Retreat event, do not seem to be dropping for people. And as you can see there, loads of 5Ks and no 2Ks, which is really annoying. I hate when we do that. We always put like shiny boosted Pokemon in 2 kilometre eggs or 5 kilometre eggs or 10 kilometre eggs, let's say, and then we make it really hard to get them. It's like we do the same with 7 kilometre eggs as well. Now, I know you can obtain 7 kilometre eggs through gifts, which is a lot more accessible. But then when there's an event where you can get a shiny from a 7 kilometre egg, there's really low drop rate on those 7 kilometre eggs from gifts. It's like they purposely do it just to frustrate you. It's so annoying. But yeah, with this event, it's even additionally annoying because when you want a 2K, it gives you a 10K, which just takes so long to hatch until you can eventually get another 2K. And it's just forcing you to buy incubators, effectively, to get rid of all the 5 or 10s that it keeps spitting out. So hopefully you can get 2s. I think that's what we're hoping for. Still no shiny moral this event. We have got today and tomorrow to try and find one of him, as well as Shiny Moon, and we've still not got one of him yet this event. Those are the 2 shiny boosted Pokemon in the wild, or from research, with Chingling being the only one shiny boosted in eggs. Let's jump in this one and we can hopefully go with our same team and see. I got shiny Pineco. Nice. I'll be sending gifts right now. Unable to send you a gift. Is that because I haven't opened one yet? I'm guessing that's because I've not opened one. Unless you've any gifts today and you've reached your gift limit. I might not have opened one, Vince, to be fair. It's really annoying that you can send so many more gifts than what you can open. So like hitting 20 gift limit a day for opening is just so frustrating. Yeah, it's really annoying. When you've got like 400, it's like me now, I've got like 440 odd friends on the game. And when you're trying to interact with all of them in a day, it's just like near on impossible because, you know, I can only open 20 persons' gifts, and if they don't open mine because of the same, it's just never get interaction. So it's really, really annoying. I will try and open your gift though today. I'll try and make a special effort. You should make me a mod. And then you can just put like a massive announcement out. Please open my gifts. Just tell people off when we not open gifts and you see them in the comments. So shiny Dynamax Machamp still looks pretty cool in green, but the Gigantamax Machamp just looks so cool. I think it split a few people's opinions because when shiny Gigantamax Machamp came out, quite a few people online that I saw didn't like it. I actually really like the design. I love it. It just looks amazing. Looks like he's got lava coming from his face. Don't know how, but I keep catching water types in the desert. Somehow the Pokemon are managing to find water where nobody else can. Just walking around in the desert and you just keep seeing Barbroach or Magikarp. That's Pokemon Go's mechanics for you. So you can see that max meter change. You can just see it jumping up every time we throw a fast move. So if that fast move that you've got on your Pokemon is relatively slow, it will only do those jumps very slowly. Just because it does more damage as a fast move doesn't mean it's charging a max meter up any quicker. It does the same amount of charge on a max meter, no matter whether you're doing 20 damage for your fast move or 5. But it takes a lot longer to do it, as you saw with Machamp there. But with Blissey, it's just absolutely flying through. That's why I decided to become a water trainer. So I'm hoping that we don't have to Dynamax again and that we can just keep spamming Dynamic Punch here and just take it down with a few of these with Machamp. So Dazzling Gleam's coming in, which will do quite a bit of damage to our Machamp, but still not brilliant. And there we go. Chansey is down and out. Relatively easy again. That's why all my buddies are water Pokemon. That's actually quite a cool idea. Just pick a sort of type of trainer that you'll become and then just do all water. That's actually quite cool. No shiny 694. Was that the same CP as before? Or did we get 695 before? I can't remember. It's very, very close anyway. Very close to what we had before. Let's have a quick look, and 694 is a 2-star this time, which is very, very disappointing. And let's see how that was before. We had 695. So yeah, 1 CP lower, but still nothing over 700 at the moment. We've only done 2. Don't get too far carried ahead. But we can do an additional 2 today. So 1,600, sorry, additional 4 today. I keep thinking of 800 particles. That's because I've been doing Rider Boom. Yeah, so we can do another 4 Dynamax Chanseys, meaning 6 in total. We just need to get to them relatively quickly before the timeout. Because we are 22 minutes in and we've only managed to do 2 so far. But I'm hoping in the direction we're going up, there's a couple closer together. And then we can hit those. Now, is there any raids as well that we can do en route? Not anything really interesting. I don't fancy doing a gold bat. That is not a raid I fancy doing at all. Right, so let's head up to our next lot of Dynamax. And being that we're walking that way, we'll also stick on this daily adventure incense and see what we get from it. I think there's also a route going in this general direction. Maril off the first spawn, so we'll start the route while Maril is there. And if we don't have time to check him, we have. But still, no shiny. I've been trying to get shiny, but nothing. Is that a shiny of a particular thing, Vince, or? Chansey off a daily. With just my luck, that would be shiny. Luckily it wasn't. Shiny Pineco that we got earlier today. Again, another perma boosted shiny Pineco. 1 in 64 for that. Just any. Alright, come on, what the fuck? Last one I caught was a Pineco. Yeah, I got a Pineco this morning. On the way to work. Snorlax off the daily. Always love a Snorlax. My job is a Pokestop. That is just ideal. If your place of work is a Pokestop, that is just ideal. Just get a gotcha and just keep spinning it all day long while you're working. And then on your dinners, you can put a lure on it. See, the thing about making it a gym is that on your dinner breaks or break time, you can't put a lure on it. So, yes, you'll get the benefit of it being a gym and potentially doing raids, but you won't be able to put a lure on it or anything. So it's a bit of a, depends what you want to do. Depends what you want more, I suppose. Like certain events, you'd wish it was a gym, and then certain events, you'd wish it was a Pokestop, because like Gimme Ghoul, for example, if you had a gold lure module, you could stick it on that stop right outside your work, whereas you wouldn't be able to if it was a gym. But then a regional comes on raids and you want it, it'd be really handy as a gym. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame you can't turn it off and on. That'll be too much flexibility, I suppose. If you see my town, it's covered in gyms or mostly Pokestops. You've got quite a lot of gyms. Oh, both. That's neat. That is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's like most of these, well, all of these, bar one, all of these Pokestops and gyms that you can see around me, I've added into the game. When I started the game in 2016, there was one Pokestop in the whole area where I live, and that was this gym here. This gym here, where this Mega Altaria, was the only Pokestop in the whole entire game around me. And I used to walk from my house, which is about half a mile, down to a Pokestop to spin it, to get 3 Pokeballs. And then by the time I'd stepped 10 meters away from a Pokestop, going back home, I'd already used them. So I was just forever stood next to a Pokestop for as long as I could, waiting every 5 minutes just to spin them. I actually used to spend a lot of my free Pokecoins on Pokeballs when I first started the game, which just seems obscene right now. But yeah, at the time I couldn't drive or anything, so it was like the only thing I could do, which is just crazy. But when I got to a high enough level where I could submit, we eventually allowed it so you could submit through Pokemon Go and not just Ingress, which really helped. And then now I just go around submitting everything I see, basically. Obviously everything that I think is eligible anyway. So yeah, we've built up this community around here, albeit it's mainly just me who plays, but I think we get quite a few visitors around here. Bit of a tourist area sometimes. So the gyms do alternate quite often, which is nice. So Kecleon from this stop. Go on, be shiny. Nope. Little chameleon. Right, so let's finish that route. We did get a Zygarde cell from it. Day 1 of 7-day bonus. It's because we tend to do them on odd occasions now. One day I'll leave a couple Pokemon there when I visit. Yeah, defo. Make sure you do. I've always wanted to go to Japan, to be fair. I've always wanted to go. I'm a bit fussy with food though, so I don't think I'll agree much with the food, but I think like what I've read, Tokyo is quite like Americanized, like fast food places, McDonald's and stuff like that. So I think I'll be able to survive in like a city like Tokyo. But I'm not big on like fish food. So yeah, that's the only thing that's sort of like with Japan. I think I'd have to stay in like a more American. I'll fry my fish, yeah. Fry it with breadcrumbs on top. Don't mind that. But yeah, when it's like raw fish and all that stuff, yeah, it's not for me. Everyone has their own taste, I suppose. Right, so the third Chansey of the evening. We've got another one directly next to this as well, which is good. We have a third one of the evening. Save up, let's meet out there. Yeah, that'll be cool. I think that's the thing. I think it's like with the Osaka event. I'd have loved to have gone, but I would have had to have made like a long holiday out of it, because going all that way just for like the likes of 3 or 4 days for a Pokemon event just seems like, or come stateside, it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, that's fair play. But yeah, going all that way to Japan for like a 3 or 4 day event, I'd want to do like loads of sightseeing and stuff. You know, you might as well. It's a long way, so you need tight in. But yeah, I definitely need to travel a little bit more if I can. Yeah, I think you'd want to, wouldn't you? You'd want to go for at least 2 weeks, I'd say. Minimum. Just so it doesn't feel rushed as well. You can actually take it all in and enjoy it. I hate those sort of holidays where you go there and it's just like every day you've got to be up at the crack of dawn and rushing and to fit everything in. It's just not a holiday, is it? Yes, you might see a lot of things that you want otherwise, but just double the amount of time there and just take your time. Yeah, exactly, adventure time. Defo. 100% agree. Alright, so this little Chansey's got Hyper Beam, which isn't doing much damage still, but soon take that down with a couple more attacks on the champ. That's one more Dynamax, and then we'll be able to farm it down using the charge attacks with my champ. Might be enough to do it. Samurai warrior, samurai armor, yeah, defo. Yeah, I think one more max knuckle and then we can farm it down. Yeah, those dynamic punches do quite a lot of damage, to be fair. So we can farm this down. Yeah, I've actually started doing some really good outfits on Pokemon Go now. They used to be terrible back in, if you remember. I mean, they're still in the shop now. If you go right down to the bottom on each one of the categories, they are absolutely terrible. Like, just the graphics on them and everything is just terrible. Hey, we have one over 700. We have 704. Still no shiny, but we are starting to see over 700 now. Hopefully that continues. That's our third one. and we can jump straight into our next one, which will be our fourth one of the evening. Did you ever see one? I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen your avatar. Can't remember it anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I always try to, well, I don't always try to, but on odd occasion I try to match the current event with what outfit I've got on, or try and tie it in with what my buddy is, for example. But I always seem to change my buddy, so I know a lot of people like dress up and try and get really close to the same colour coordination as a buddy. But I'm always switching my buddies, so I'd always be changing my outfit if that was the case. I'm not one of these to just keep one buddy in. I'm always switching, trying to work on multiple buddies at a time. Not as excessive as what I used to. I used to work on I used to do all my swaps in a day, so 21 swaps if you count into effect the one you do. My avatar has a life and a story I gave him. Awesome. It's like a different Pokemon journey. You'd have to get hold of a Pokemon company and see if you make it into a series. Instead of Trainer Red, it could be Trainer Vins. Yo, Will Hunter's in the chat, everybody. Hey, Will, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Will. Thanks so much for joining. We are currently showing our Dynamax Chanseys here. What a max knuckle looks like when it hits you directly in the face. That's what we're going for. Hey Kiki, how are you? I'm amazing, I'm watching you. Awesome, Will. Thank you. Hello, Will. Vin's in just with a casual hello. Hello. Did you get any Gigantamax relevance? Do you mean with Rillaboom, do you mean, sorry? I think you went to go type Rillaboom, but potentially got auto-corrected on your phone. Really boom. Yeah, I got a few really booms. I love autocorrect on phones. It just is amazing. Yeah, autocorrect on phones when you try and type Pokemon names in, it's just like, it just makes you makes it look really funny. Because you go and type a Pokemon name in, the auto or your keyboard doesn't recognize it, so then changes it to next best thing, and it just makes no sense. But yeah, I think most people who have tried that know what you're on about. Is there anyone here who doesn't have me as a friend? Yeah, if you don't have Vincent as a friend, make sure to add him. Almost got a hundo Rillaboom. That is really, really cool. What CP did you get? I think my best Rillaboom, I did 12 Rillabooms. I have done a YouTube short as well, so go check that out afterwards. But I did 12 Rillabooms in total. My best one was on Saturday, which I got an 1890. So 1890 CP, and that was a 96. So 15, 14, 14, which was actually pretty decent. Vinzin's message is held for review, but I'll try and press to show it. So hopefully his trainer code pops up in a minute. For some reason, YouTube doesn't like numbers. So when you type in your trainer code in the comments, it will populate it for a review, which is really annoying. I can luckily do it. I can make it so it goes through, but it sometimes takes a bit to get through. Right, so can we beat 704, which is our highest one tonight? And can it get shiny? No, and no. 696, no shiny. That's disappointing. 1898 and the Hundo is 1899. No way, that is so close. That must have been like a 98 without attack, I'm gonna guess. Or 98 with attack, maybe, yeah. 98 with attack. That is ridiculously close. That is so annoying. 98 with attack. That is really annoying. Right, let me just see if I can back out on my second phone and go back in, and then I can show that comment with the trainer code. Sometimes that works. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully Vinzin's trainer code is now on the comments. So make sure to add him if you haven't already got him. Yeah, no worries, Kiki. Is it still not coming up in the comments, Vinzin's trainer code? That's annoying if it isn't. I've pressed to accept it like 5 times now. Can you pause the game after this? Hello, please listen to me. Can you pause the game? So I can tell you something. Right? Fire away, Will. Excellent throw on a soul rock. Happy days. If I invite you to a few raids, could you join? I haven't got any remote invite, to be fair. So I can't join, unfortunately. And I don't want to be spending coins because I'm trying to save them for GoFest, because there's going to be so many raids on GoFest. So yeah, apologies for that. But hopefully you understand. Yeah, if there's anything in particular you do want to raid, I can keep an eye out and invite you from this end if you've got remote invites. I think your comments are coming through on the on the chat, Vincent. I think everybody's seen your trainer code now. I've been accepting them, so we are there. I can see them in the comments myself, so hopefully everyone else can. Right, we've got 12 minutes on that one there. Gotcha. Will said he wanted to tell us something and then he's gone quiet, so is everything okay, Will? On GoFest, could you try and send me a couple of invites to do legendary raids? Yeah, sure. So like the Sword and Shield dogs, Zacian and Zaramazenta. And could you also send me a GIF? Oh, Kiki's just all want, isn't it? Yeah, of course I can. Is your in-game name Kiki? Yeah, is that you? I guess that's you. There you go. Have a statue. No problem. I always try and send gifts out, and I always try and work my way up from... No need to apologise, I'm only being silly. By all means, if I haven't sent you a gift and you see me on live, just tell me, and I'll send you one there and then. But yeah, I always try and send me gifts every day. It's just I end up running out of gifts, or I hit my gift limit. I can't complain about a Snorlax spawn, it is pretty cool. I got gifts for days. See, I'm normally quite productive with my gifts. Even Vincent says so. Hey Will! Storage is full. No. Delete those fur throws. I feel like Santa metal version. Right, let's ready up on this one. Can you tell? What's that, Will? What's your strongest Mega Pokemon? Mega or Gigantamax? Do you mean like normal Mega Pokemon? I would say my strongest Mega Pokemon. I mean, I've got all the Megas, so what is the most useful Mega Pokemon? We haven't had Mewtwo released yet. I've got a couple of Shundo Megas, but are any of them really useful? I've got Shundo Absol, Shundo Sharpedo, but that hasn't yet been released. Shundo Metagross, which hasn't yet been released. So Shundo Metagross would be really, really nice as a Mega. That would be super cool. But unfortunately, that's not been released. Probably the most useful Mega at this moment in time is the likes of a Primal, so Groudon and Kyogre, of which we get Groudon back in raids tomorrow, which is really, really cool. Evening, Emma. How are you? So yeah, Groudon returns in raids tomorrow. No, I've Dynamaxed the Blissey. That's not going to be very good. That is rubbish. Yeah, yeah. Dynamax and a Blissey is not very good against Chansey. Don't do it. I recommend you not to do it. It slowed us down on this one anyway. But while we're defeating this one, we will start heading over to the 6th and final one of the evening and hopefully get there. Vin's in again with a hello. Hello, Emma. Typing it as if he's a cockney from down London. My strongest mega Pokemon is my body. A shiny Gyarados is my buddy, I'm guessing. Oh, I've Dynamaxed. I'm reading the comments again. No, this is terrible. This is terrible. I've Dynamaxed a Blissey again. No. Kiki's fault. My strongest mega Pokemon. My strongest mega Pokemon is my buddy. Sorry, I keep reading buddy. The shiny Gyarados, its CP while mega is 4124. That is actually really, really high. Or the Caterpillar from Labyrinth. Awesome. So for some reason this Chansey is taking a lot longer than normal. Nothing to do with the fact we've Dynamaxed Blissey twice now by accident. Right, we are just about to Dynamax. Get ready, and rumble. Everybody rumble. Right, we've done it right this time. Awesome. Sorry for making you Dynamax the wrong Pokemon. Don't worry about it, Kiki. It's absolutely fine. It's more funny than anything. It's not like we're losing any time really, because I'm still walking over to the next one, so I've not really lost any time. Let's just hit this with a couple of Dynamax punches though, and hopefully we can claw this back a bit. Is Will Hunter still in the chat? Will, where are you? You had something to tell us and now you've gone. Kiki's back, awesome. Chansey is preparing a large attack. Let's switch into Blissey then. That'll teach you. Now let's switch back into Machamp. So this last time I need to Dynamax, I think, to defeat this one. We've only got 5 minutes until the Max Monday finishes. And I'm guessing our daily adventure incense will be about finished now. Jesse Coleman, shiny. Yes, Jesse, come on. Shiny. Oh, thanks. No. No shiny, but we did see what we managed to get on our adventure incense before seeing if it was shiny or not. 683 is terrible as well. Thanks for a shiny lot though, Jesse. Hopefully we can get a shiny on this next one. 683 and it's still a 3-star, but it just shows you how much that attacks that does. This is when we click on a wild Chansey, like this, and it's shiny. Nope. 702. Chansey 702. Why does that seem high? I'm sure like a hundo Chansey off a research task is 702. I could be wrong. Yeah, definitely wrong. It's probably a different level anyway. Do you know what is next on the 5-star raids? Yes, Groudon is next on 5-star raids. As of tomorrow, Tapu Bulu, which isn't all that useful, will get replaced by Groudon, and not Primal Groudon, so you won't be able to earn the energy for it, but it's just normal Groudon, which is absolutely awesome because Groudon has not been about on 5-star raids for quite some time. I'm going to say nearly 12 months now. And then after Groudon, we get Kyogre, which again is awesome. Both of those are very cool shinies, and if you've already got the energy, both of them can Primal Evolve, making them even better shinies because they all go black as well, which is absolutely amazing. In fact, why don't we Primal Evolve a Groudon now, and you can be able to see. Actually, we'll do it after this. Let's do this before it times out in 2 minutes, and then we'll Primal Evolve a Groudon so you can see what it looks like, a shiny one, and then we'll also Primal Evolve a Kyogre straight after, and you can see what that looks like shiny. But yeah, they do look absolutely amazing as shiny primals. Shiny Tapu Bulu, nice. This one is going to be shiny, yes, Jesse, that is the optimism I like to hear. This is the last one of the evening. We've run out of max particles after this, so hopefully this is shiny. Hopefully Jesse's right and we can get it shiny. So with it being the last one of the evening, it's again time to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to like this video by double tapping on the screen if you're on mobile device, or hitting that little thumbs up if you're watching on computer. And also subscribe to the channel as well. Turn on that notification bell. We'll be live again tomorrow for Spotlight Hour, which is Spritzy. So Spritzy Spotlight Hour, a very, very nice shiny Spritzy has got, a little fairy type. And it goes all purple when it's shiny, a very, very nice one. But we will be live again exactly the same time as we went live today. We'll be live again tomorrow for Spritzy Spotlight Hour, and hoping to get a shiny Spritzy on that. But also the bonus tomorrow for Spotlight Hour is 2 times catch XP. So we will be doing a few catches with a lucky egg on, hoping to try and climb up that XP a little bit more as well. So it's going to be exactly the same time as we went live today. So 5:45 UK time, British summer time. So wherever you are, make sure to tune in for that. See you tomorrow, brother. Thanks so much for watching, Vincent. If you're shooting off, then thanks so much for watching. But we're going to be live for a couple more minutes yet, just to see out this raid, see if it's shiny. And then we will do these primal evolutions as well, so people can see what they look like as shiny before we do get put back on legendary raids. So yeah, if you do subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell and you'll get notified whenever we do go live. And then you can always jump on whenever you're free and get involved in the comments. That is always something that I like doing, is talking to people in the comments while I'm out and about playing Pokemon. It's the whole reason I did this, whole reason I started live streaming. So make sure to get involved in the comments, much appreciated. Super effective Max Knuckle. Please be shiny. Hopefully this one can be. Hopefully we can have our first ever Max Monday shiny. That would be absolutely awesome. If anything's going to be shiny for us, it's going to be this, isn't it? With it being permanently boosted to 1 in 64, we've got the best chance of getting this shiny amongst every other Dynamax that's been released so far. I would really like one of these shiny, and I would really like a shiny Dynamax Sableye. I think that would be a very, very cool shiny, because of course you can Mega Evolve it as well as Dynamax it, which would be absolutely brilliant. Have you got any shinies today? I had a shiny Pineco this morning, which isn't something really to brag about, but still it's quite a nice shiny. But yeah, it is quite a common shiny. It's 1 in 64 again, just like Chansey is. So yeah, that's the only shiny I've had so far today, a shiny Pineco. No shiny Moral or Mooner, which are boosted during this event. But a current event that's going on, the Serene Retreat, will be finishing tomorrow night, so 1 hour after the Spotlight Hour finishes. So we can hopefully pick up a couple of shinies during this event still, with the time remaining. One more dynamic punch, there we go, and it is down and out. So our last Dynamax Chansey of the evening. Can we get any better than 704 on a CP, which is the highest we've had today? And can we get a shiny one? Jesse, I got a shiny glow. My luck is too good. No way. Come on. Jesse's got the shiny train going on in the comments. Go to bonus challenge. Go. No shiny. And it's 667. No. That is so bad. That is so bad. That has got to be like a 10, 10, 10. The hundo is 717, I want to say. So this one must be a 10, 10, 10. This is absolutely rubbish. So bad here on the luck today. Oh, 11, 11, 12. So it does actually get worse than that. 667 is not the lowest, which is a little bit surprising. This one's going to be shinier. No. No, sure enough it isn't. Oh, there's a Dynamax Sableye there, but yeah, we haven't got enough. That's a little bit annoying. But maybe tomorrow we can do a couple of Dynamax Sableyes tomorrow during the live stream while we are either before or after the Spotlight Hour. If people want to see that, we'll try and get a shiny Dynamax Sableye tomorrow with our free particles and see what we get. But the Primal, Kyogre and Groudon shinies, let me show you these if you haven't already seen them. These are some of the best shinies in the game, in my opinion. Groudon looks amazing as a normal Groudon, but when you Primal Evolve it, so it is normal Groudon, which is on raids as of tomorrow, but Primal Groudon, look at this. It just looks absolutely amazing. Look at that colouring. That is absolutely amazing. So that's a shiny Groudon. If we Primal Evolve a normal Groudon, you'll be able to see here that a normal Groudon just goes all red. So the shiny with that black and sort of green in between just looks absolutely amazing. So there's a normal Primal Groudon. And then a Kyogre is absolutely amazing as well. So here's a shiny Primal Kyogre. Could you try and invite me to a Groudon? Yes, I will be doing raid hour on Wednesday for Groudon. And maybe tomorrow we can do one on the live stream if you tune in for that. We might be able to find one tomorrow if there's any about. But definitely on Wednesday, I will invite you. But yeah, that Primal Kyogre is absolutely insane. Look at the coloration on that. That black shiny again with the pink fins. Really, really cool. As compared to the normal Kyogre, which as you can see is just all blue. So it keeps its blue coloration. Normal Kyogre, again, still a very, very nice Primal. And if you don't already know, Primals is effectively the Mega equivalent. So some Pokemon Primal, i.e. Kyogre and Groudon, all of the Pokemon Mega Evolve, or only a select few, but those that do Mega Evolve instead of Primal. So yeah, Primal just gives you an additional boost as well. So it not only gives you additional candy for the same typing, i.e. water type if you've got Kyogre, but it also gives you additional candy for the likes of Bug and Electric, the stuff that Kyogre is weak to. So it's quite a double-edged sword, which is quite decent in some cases. But yeah, so those Primals that I wanted to show you. So that is going to be it for today's live stream. Do you have a shiny Rayquaza? Yes, I do. I'll quickly show you that, Kiki, before we finish. Rayquaza, not Dayquaza, Rayquaza. And there you can see we have a few shiny Rayquazas. There you go, 14 Rayquazas, most of them with Lucky Trader as well, to try and get a better one. This 96 one's probably one of the best. And as you can see, that shiny is just absolutely incredible. Look at him. Absolutely amazing. He did get released for the first time ever when we were down London doing the Go Fest, the Pokemon Go Fest in 2023, down at London in person. And it was absolutely amazing. Shiny Rayquaza. Really, really cool. One of the best looking shinies in the game, I would say. So yeah, really, really cool. But yeah, that is going to be the end of today's live stream. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please make sure to go drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on that notification bell. And I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you